Thank you very much for playing this video. I would like to give you a short introduction to our strategy review process for EIT Health that we are now just launching with our partners, with our community, our stakeholders. We would like to invite you to get engaged. EIT Health is Europe's key innovation network, including more than 150 top organizations from the various sectors that are, I would say, the key ingredients for health innovation, including, of course, the industry, research, education, startups, but also the public sector, the payers, and of course the healthcare providers. Now, let me just talk you very briefly through the three key things for any strategic review. It's actually the why and the why now. It's what do we want to do, what are we after, and of course, how do we want to do this, and how can you also get engaged. Now, first, the why. So I think EIT Health has been up and running now for around about 4 years, and there is a tremendous amount of learning. We've understood where we are strong. We've seen also great successes. But we of course also learn where do we need to reinforce, where should we now focus, and how should we indeed strengthen those areas where we see our greatest potential and opportunity. So that's sort of the internal dimension that's very important to take on board, and we are building on the feedback that we've gotten from our partners from inside, but of course also from our external stakeholders. And here the environment is also changing. All of you know COVID-19 represents a massive new health challenge that of course also will not leave us untouched, and it shouldn't. It will have impact on how we are developing into the future and the challenges that we need to address. At the same time, EIT Health will of course be part of the European Union's new research and innovation framework. Horizon Europe will be part of that program, and we want to contribute to the programs and its aims, and that requires of course also that we now do strategic alignment. So those are, say, the key elements. I've had a recent conversation with Commissioner Maria Gabriel at the European Commission, who is in charge for research, innovation and education. And I can assure you there's strong support for the EIT and for EIT Health, but there are also great expectations. Now, what essentially would we like to focus on in this review? Well, of course, we stay committed to our key aims, so to support better health and the development of sustainable healthcare systems in Europe through innovation, and of course we want to support a competitive health economy. So those aims stay put, but of course what we have learned in the past will inform now some key areas in lines of transformation. One is that we will focus on delivering high-value solutions to transform healthcare. So we will focus much more on projects that will also focus on the adoption of innovation that utilize technology to actually implement it and to transform pathways so that we can improve outcomes on the one hand for patient, and at the same time hopefully also increase cost effectiveness. Then at the other end, we will focus on supporting great future healthcare companies, and we will integrate all the tools that we have at our disposal to support a great portfolio of companies of limited size. It's not going to be hundreds. It's probably something going to be around between 50 and 80 companies that we'll focus on, and we'll concentrate our activity and investment together with our entire partnership on developing those. And finally, education will continue to play a critical role to support the education and training of entrepreneurs, but also of the change agents and the professionals, current and future ones, that should enable what we want to do, transforming healthcare systems, and at the same time also building great innovative companies. So you can see more in the first draft on these lines of transformation that you also find on this page. How do we want to go forward? take a look at the first propositions that we have put together with the task force of the management, and of course also in consultation with various stakeholders and also our supervisory board. You find it on this website. Then of course there will be a multitude of mostly online events. Those will be announced, through this page. You're invited also to take the surveys that are on this page. We would be really interested in getting your feedback. And finally now, of course, if you have dedicated questions, want to make contributions, get in touch with me, get in touch with the directors in the CLCs or InnoStars. You find the contacts also on this page, or with Bart Hacks, our Director of Strategy. Reach out and we will be happy to take your suggestions, ideas, feedback on board. We will now be releasing updates on our draft. So for now, it's basically a presentation with the key ideas, and that will now mature further to the final strategic document. June will be an important milestone for the first draft for the EIT. And then in September, we'll put this to the partners, to our partner assembly for final adoption. And then of course, also hopefully endorsement at the EITs and the European Commission side. So that was a quick wrap up. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to the journey with you. Take care and goodbye.